Hello and welcome back to the MoldyWorm gaming channel. My name is MoldyWorm41975 and today we're going to be checking out another GTA Online concept DLC, and this one is actually made by me. So after we reviewed the last one about a month ago, it sort of inspired me to make my own concept DLC. So you can see from the picture on the thumbnail, it's basically all about boats and the sea and that kind of thing. And it's something that I've talked about in the past, but I decided to make a proper DLC page for this DLC and try and get the word of mouth out there. So if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to the page below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because I do post updates about stuff like this. And also, I've got an iPetitions page going, so if this is something that you want to see in GTA Online, then make sure you go and sign that. I will link that down in the description as well. But let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So you can see it's on the same sort of page and the same similar layout as the last one that we did. And you can see here, it's made by me, MoldyWorm Gaming. And the title of the DLC is called Aquatics and Other Antics. So you can see here, I made this sort of fan art here. And you can see we've got the garage and we've got a few new cars. This is the pond bug featured in the Grand Tour. We've also got the aircraft carrier. So I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. And you can see the new property that we're going to be owning here. So it says, Aquatics and Other Antics is a GTA Online DLC concept that takes place a few years after the Doomsday heist, when Avon Hertz was killed and Bogdan, the Russian submarine captain, returns to his homeland. But then our players receive a phone call from him saying he's back in Los Santos. So this concept will include a new perchable seafront property, which is what you can see here, new land, sea and aerial vehicles, new clothing, new vehicle upgrades, personal boat customization and storage, and a new business. And we're going to get into all of that in just a moment. So, the introduction. After the events of the Doomsday heist, Avon Hertz is left dead. The remains of his AI bot sink into the depths of the World Wide Web, and the Russian submarine captain Bogdan returns to his homeland. However, instead of being met by friendly hospitality, Russian intelligence arrests Bogdan for conspiring with the US government and sentences him to life imprisonment. He promptly escaped on a massive aircraft carrier and flees back to safety in the US. Now he's in Los Santos looking up to meet with his fellow heroes once again, where he invites us to visit him on the aircraft carrier and tells us that he's got a proposition for us. Let's get into the location. So it says, after meeting with Bogdan, he explains that a certain FIB friend has told him about some foreclosed seaside property that has recently come up for sale. And he tells us to buy one of them and then he'll be in touch. And I've sort of put a map here of the GTA map, you can tell. And these are the 4 new properties that you can purchase. And there's some photos of each one here. So these are the 4 purchasable properties you can see. This is the one sort of down on the beach to the left. This is both of these are the ones from the Alamo Sea, you can see there. And then this is the one that's on the right, just over here. So then it says, the purchasable property. Once you've purchased one of the seaside properties, you receive another phone call from Bogdan telling you to meet him there and he'll show you around. Each property can be upgraded with its own living area, personal boat storage, a boat garage, and additional contraband storage, where you can trick out the latest wave riders in Los Santos and keep your product safe. So this is basically like all the other properties we have in the game, where you can go on the website, you choose the property that you want, and then there's like certain upgrades that you can change the interior and that kind of thing. So that's explained here. When you arrive at the property, Bogdan is waiting. He shows you around, explaining that you can upgrade the property with multiple default options ranging from interior style to custom murals, personal boat storage, a boat garage that comes with its own personal mechanic, and also storage space for your contraband product, which we're going to get into in just a minute. However, the property is a little bit worse for wear. So like the arcade business, before you can apply these upgrades, you first have to complete some free roam setup missions. The number of setup missions depends on the number of options you choose. Once you've done them all, you can purchase any of the other upgrades you want. So my basic thinking was with this was if you just purchase sort of the things that you need, like the new property, and you change a few of the things inside, then you would have to just do the setup missions for those. If you want some of the extra things, like the personal boat storage and the garage, those are sort of extra things, then you'll have to do more setup missions. But if you decide to change sort of the interior style after you've done the setup mission for that, you don't have to do a different setup mission. You can just sort of change it however you want. So you have to do all the setup missions for each thing, but then if you want to go and change the style of one of those things, you don't have to do another mission for that. Because I think that would get a little bit annoying, but I think Rockstar like doing the setup mission thing, so I tried to make it a little bit fun as well. But you can also skip the setup missions and get straight to work, but you have to pay a delivery charge to have them installed straight away. So for players who don't want to do the setup missions, you can pay like, it'll be probably quite a lot of money, like maybe a couple $100,000, and you can have it delivered and it will sort of be installed for you. So you don't have to do the setup missions if you don't want to. But then it goes into how the setup missions would work. So there's 3 different setup missions. So there's not like loads of setup missions. Setup mission 1 is general supplies. In this mission, you simply have to go to the docks, collect a truck with all the basic equipment you need, and deliver it back to your new business. Setup mission 2 is for garage equipment. In this mission, you have to steal all the garage equipment that you need from a group of pirates anchored out in Vespucci Beach. Kill the pirates, steal the supplies, and deliver them back to your seaside property. And then the third one is collecting the mechanic. So in this mission, you travel to Chumash, which is sort of the left-hand side of the map, where there's some boat racing going on. Here you meet a new character who says that if you beat his boat in the race, then he'll come and work for you. Win the race and drive your new mechanic back to your boat garage. So basically there would be sort of a new mechanic added into the game, someone like Charlie in the Smuggler's Run DLC. You would go and race him in this boat race, and if you win, then he'll come and work for you. Then it says, after you've completed all the setup missions, Bogdan shows you how the business side of the venture works. Basically, you will steal contraband product by engaging in pirate-style sea battles. Win the battle and you get the product. Lose and you have to try again. Once your storage is full, you can sell the product either by plane, which will give you the lowest payout. You can sell it by car, which will give you the medium payout. Or you can sell it by boat, which will give you the highest payout. You can also pay to upgrade your storage capacity to store more contraband. So basically you can, like many of the other businesses in game, there's like tiers of like how much you can sell your product for. So if you sell it by plane, it'll probably be in like a seaplane on the water, and you will fly and just drop it off like you do with the biker sell mission. If you're doing it by car, it'll probably be similar to how the nightclub works, where you'll just go around and drop it off at certain points. Or you can do it by boat, which will be like the boat sell mission for the biker stuff, where you'll like drive to different boats anchored out in the sea, and then you'll drop the product off there. But depending on which one you do, you'll get more or less payout. So obviously plane is sort of the easiest way to deliver it, so that will give you the least payout. Delivering it by car is sort of not that bad, so that will give you a medium payout, and boat will probably take the longest and it's the most difficult, so that will give you the highest payout. And then, like all the storage capacities of the other sort of businesses, you can also upgrade it so you can store more product. Then we get into the garage part of it. So this is the new boat sort of garage. You can see here, this is just a mod I found on 5 Mods website page, and it looks really cool. You can see this is sort of the slipway garage entrance here. So this is where your boat would come in. There's a boat trailer here, and then there's like a load of tools and stuff to fix your boat up. So it says personal boat customization. If you've purchased a boat garage, congratulations, you can now customize your personal boats. Personal boats work like personal aircraft or vehicles. You purchase them from a website and it gets delivered to your personal boat storage. Like Smuggler's Run, existing Pegasus vehicles can be taken into the garage and stored, where they can then be called through the interaction menu and customized like the new boats. If you're near a body of water, then the boat will be automatically spawned there for you to climb aboard. If you're not near water, then don't worry, your boat will spawn on a boat trailer with a vapid saddler ready to take it to wherever you want. So this will kind of work like how the anti-aircraft trailer is. So if you call in the anti-aircraft trailer, it will spawn sort of near you with a vapid saddler attached to it, and you can tow it to wherever you want it. So it'll basically work the same as that. Or if you're near water, then it'll just spawn in the water. So if you're down at the beach, it'll just spawn, you know, in the water. You can also upgrade several of the existing streetcars in the boat garage so they become amphibious versions. And we'll get into those, which ones can be upgraded in a minute. These act similar to the Benny's and Arena War vehicles, where there'll be an upgrade fee, which will turn them into its respective Aqua version, along with some unique customization like jet thrust. So this will be kind of like the J-Tow, so you can use it to launch like really quickly. And yeah, it's basically like, as it says there, it's like the Benny's things where you'll go in, there'll be an upgrade sort of cost to convert it into an Aqua version. You'll pay that and then you can upgrade it however you want. The personal boat storage can hold up to 10 boats, and it can be upgraded to hold 15. Because there's not that many boats in the game, so I didn't want to go crazy with that. But yeah, you can hold 10 boats or you can upgrade it to 15. Then there's also some new racing involved. So free roam races are also available where you can test out your newly tuned boats to see how they perform on the waves. You can bet on these races as well against AI, online players, or both. And there will also be some new stunt races for boats along with special boat races for some of the more unique boats, which I'll explain that in a minute. So basically the free roam races they're not like where you have to load into a job or anything like that. They'll just be like a Corona on the beach somewhere. You'll walk up to that and any players that are nearby, it will ask if they want to join, and if they do, then they will join into it. If they don't want to, then it will just put you with some AI sort of racers, and basically you'll be in free roam, but you'll also be racing. So it's kind of like racing normally, but it will be in free roam. So you don't have to load into a new sort of job, which is something we've not really seen. And I think it would be something that's really cool because people don't really like the loading screens in GTA. So yeah. Then we get into probably the best part of the update, which is the new vehicles. And you can see I've just put a picture of like a cool sort of speedboat here. There'll be 2 new aerial vehicles added, the F-35 VTOL jet and the Mammoth Leviathan, which was featured in GTA San Andreas, and that is also able to land on water, so similar to the Sea Sparrow. There'll be also several new boats, including Bluebird, which was the sort of the water speed record boat that crashed, which will also have the rocket feature of the Rocket Voltic, because we don't have any boats with the rocket feature on at the moment. We've got a plane, we've got the Starling that has the rocket feature of the Rocket Voltic. We've got several cars and motorbikes that have the rocket boost, but we don't have any boats in the game with the rocket boost. And you may say, well, it's not really something that people want, but I think if that was added in the game, a lot of people would like that. So they would basically add Bluebird, and that would have the rocket boost feature on it. There'll also be 7 new land vehicles added. The 1968 FEI X1 Aero car. The Pond Bug, featured on the Grand Tour TV show, which you saw earlier. The Gibbs Bi-Ski, which is similar to the Blazer Aqua, which is based on the Gibbs Quad Ski, but it's like a 2-wheeled motorbike, amphibious motorbike. The 1968 Reliant Robin, I think that's something we all want to see. The Peel P50, again another car that I really want to see. The Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, that's a really cool car. Surprised that Rockstar haven't added that yet. The 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona, you know I'm always pushing for that vehicle in GTA. And there'll also be 3 new upgradable amphibious vehicles, which is what I talked about earlier. So there's the Vapid Peyote, which would basically become the 1965 Amphicar Model 770. The Canis Mesa, which would become the Watercar Panther. Again, you can Google that. And the Benefactor Dubster 4x4, which would become the Amphi Ranger 2800 SR, which is actually a really cool vehicle. And then there'll be some new clothing items. I didn't really know what to put for this. I kind of went for like pirate themed clothing. So we've got an eye patch, a tunic, a sailor's jacket, and like an angler's hat, which is sort of like what pirates wear. They're like triangular sailor's hat. Then we get on to another thing that people really want to see in GTA, which is the aircraft carrier. So I've got a picture of it here. And it just says, the aircraft carrier featured in the Humane Labs raid heist will be added into online free roam as an object. It will be piloted by Bogdan, and it's where you'll go to meet him before you can purchase the new seaside property. So it mentioned earlier that he escaped Russia on this aircraft carrier, and that's why it's being added. The interior elements will be open for players to explore, and players will also be able to land their aircraft here in free roam. It will not be a purchasable property, instead it will act like an island where players can meet up. Because I don't think that Rockstar will ever add it as a purchasable thing, aircraft carriers, but they might add it as sort of just like an island that you can go and visit. So I think that's the best case scenario. We get the aircraft carrier in the game, we can go and visit and stuff, but we won't be able to actually own it. Because if everyone had an aircraft carrier in the game, it wouldn't be special either. And that's the end of it. So this is the end of the Aquatics and Other Antics DLC concept. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at this page. Don't forget to share the concept on social media and sign the iPetition if you're interested. Again, I'll link that in the description below. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this concept DLC created by me. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like on the video, share it with your friends. Hopefully going to get a trailer done for this concept in the next few sort of months. So look out for that on the channel. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.